Yeah, fine, good. So, welcome to the Linux World, the open source administrators right platform. Okay, good. So we are at our day 5. Okay, so we discussed these topics yesterday. That means a few commands related to the Linux operating system, that is PWD, VHLS, mandate, and touch. So, did anyone practice these commands? Anyone practice these commands? Anyone practice the installation? Srinivas, Sunil is there with you, or still he has to come? Okay, fine. So, actually, I would like to say you one thing. Probably on the next Monday, we are going to have a small test on these commands and also the theoretical part like FHS and related theory, whatever that is there. So I'm going to ask you questions, and if at all I want you people to configure that, then I want you people to share. I will make you as a presenter, and you people have to share your system, and you need to show your configuration. And so depending upon your feedback, I mean depending upon your what do you say, your answers, there would be some feedback going to your sir. So just keep on practicing on machines, because if at all you think that tomorrow is the right time, that tomorrow never comes. Okay, today and now itself is the right time to practice. Okay, after the class now means don't start now itself. Okay, so fine. So just continuous practice. Otherwise, see, if yesterday we think I think almost 6 commands we discussed, right? So those six commands today also they will be coming, or again tomorrow, and every day they will be coming. If at all you feel that okay, no issues. Once I practice the first day's commands, then I can gain today's knowledge also. If you think like that, then never ever you can get the knowledge. So every day's topic you need to practice on the same day. I don't know how you adjust the time. Okay, but on the next Monday, whatever the commands and the theoretical related part we discuss until next Monday. So on the next Monday I'm going to keep a test sort of thing. Okay, sometimes you may have to configure on your machines. I will ask you to share your systems. Okay, and you have to show that one. And sometimes I may give you the different assignments. Okay, for actually I'm finding 7 members here, so 7 members, 7 different configuration will be there. So related, so you need to prepare by yourself, right? So hope this is okay for you, I think. Okay, so keep practicing continuously. Fine. So today we discuss on below commands: cat, mkdir, cd, head, tail, and nl. Okay, so going into this, so yesterday we have worked over the touch command. Okay, touch command actually was what is the purpose of the touch command? What is the purpose, basic purpose of the touch command? Yes, please. So this is what the problem with lack of practice. So you need to immediately respond. Okay, so touch command related question is coming. So I must be in a position to answer that. So when it comes, at least if you spend hardly, see, our class may be 2 hours, right? So you need not. I don't think you need to spend 2 hours of time for the practicals that we have discussed yesterday. Hardly 1 hour is more than enough. If you want more time to practice or understand more, one more half an hour. I don't think we are practicing on the storage related administration or LVMs, RAIDs, or some other servers. Very basic commands. Okay, if you feel difficult at this level, then difficult in the sense you are not practicing. That is the reason. Okay, so just make time. So yesterday the basic purpose of the touch command is to just create an empty file. So yesterday you created an empty file using the touch command, and also you changed the timestamps, right? So you changed the timestamps, and you what if you want to change the timestamps, like access time, if you want to change, yes, you can change separately. M time, that is modified time, you want to change, you can change separately. Change time, you will be seeing the change in the change time with a different command. Okay, not through the touch command. So you got to know that what is the difference between A time, M time and C time also. Okay, so this is the theoretical part I ask you to learn. Okay, so I may ask them what is M time. Okay, okay, Naveen, just say what is C time. So then you must be in a position to answer that one. Okay, it's fine. So now today what happened yesterday, simply creating a file with no use, right? Is no use. So you need to add the content into the file. Okay, so how you are going to add using which command? Today we are going to add using the cat command. Okay, so let me start the VM related to you that we have installed this demo RHL. This is the one. Okay, so making it full screen. So anyone is having doubts related to the yesterday's class, you can stop me at any point. You can raise the questions, you can ask the questions, okay, and get them clarified. And if you want, okay, I want the output in this manner, yes, you can ask them. If at all any such option is there, then I will say immediately. Or if at all it requires a combination of multiple commands, okay, until now you learned only the single command execution at the command prompt, so you may sometimes have to uh, provide multiple commands with some combination. Okay, multiple combination of multiple commands will be there. So if at all that is required for the output, yes, you can do that one. I will say that one. Okay, if at all that is an advanced topic, then I will mark the day or the topic time. Okay, okay, so this particular question can be given clarification on so and so class, so just you have to keep in mind. And then again, if at all that if I miss this point, then you can raise that question. Then you will be, by the time you will be equipped with the nice knowledge required for the answering, for getting the answer of that question. So somehow you raise the questions, we will try to answer. Okay, so expecting that you don't have the doubts, I am logging in here as the administrator. So I explained this screen also, where not tested is there, they not listed is there. So there you have to provide the root user and the corresponding password. Login. Now you will get which screen? Graphical console screen. Graphical console screen lies where on the control alt F1. So you have an option to open terminal in opening terminal, and you have also have the option in opening the terminal at this point also. This is the what do you say, yesterday's class we have seen, right? So I also explained what is this root localhost. And one more thing, I have added the small one slide I have added related to this command prompt also. So yesterday before sharing that PPT for you, I have added that point also, so just go through that slide also, and the 4th days class of the 4th days class. So then you will come to know, a small reference sort of thing will be there for you. Okay, fine. So now this is the place where actually you practiced pwd command, ls command, date command, which command, okay, something like, okay, and what else. Okay, so you have created what else, stat command. Okay, and what else, date man command. Yes, man you can run stat. Okay, on stat you will be finding, okay, this is the man command. And if you go man is stat is having any sections, I don't find any sections for this. So if you want sections, then man space man. So this is the command. Okay, seventh section of the man command manual page. Man means, okay. And what else we practiced? Oh, one lot thing, touch is the command, right? Yeah, touch, you can create some test file already created. You create touch test file 2, something like this you can create. This is how actually now you can check it out whether that file has been created or not. Yes, earlier the file was not there, here now the file has been created. And changing the timestamp, yeah, of course you can do the same thing. I just went only through the commands. Okay, so I just want to recollect, okay, these are the commands that we gone through yesterday, so, and how the output looks like, the sample output. Now today we have created the file yesterday, but we could not add the content to the file. So how we are going to add the file? Now the cat, or we can call it as a concatenate. Concatenate means what? It is something like adding the data or merging something. Concatenate both the strings. Strings means what? String 1 is there, Shashi is there, string 2 Kant is there. So if you are trying to concatenate both, then the string becomes, the entire output string becomes Shashikant. Okay, so like that you are going to concatenate. So here what you are concatenating to what? So you are concatenating the content to a file, or you are adding content to a file. So the cat command is used to create files or display. Srinivas is asking, how can we remove the file if we don't want the file? Okay, first of all we learn creation of the file, then I will teach you removing a file. Okay, in tomorrow's class we will see the removing of the file. Okay, fine. The cat command is used to create files or display the content of one or more than one file. Okay, so the simple example is cat anaconda case.gfg. We are having a file. So this is actually to this is only to display the file. Okay, well, you can understand something like this, to display the content of the file. Okay, so I will put a small like this, you can understand. So this command is only to display the content of a file. So what I'm running is, so first of all I'm having two files. By default they are created by the installation of the operating system. Okay, now what I will do, I just go through our yes, this is the one. So here I just copy pasted. Why I am copying pasting, don't think some other else, because I just want to ensure the command inside the PPT is perfect or not, because I am going to share you, right? So if I get problem, I will resolve here itself, so that you will be getting the proper command. Okay, so just cat. So what actually it is showing? No, once again I will try to cat space, here one file is there, right? Anaconda ks.cfg is there. Okay, so cat space anaconda ks.cfg. Now if you press it, cat space, now what happened? It is going to display the content of the file. So here is the command that you have typed just now. Now it is going to type all the content. Okay, so this is what the content of the file, right? Now if you want to see the content of two files, now how many files are there? Let us example, let us say anaconda is there install. Okay, anaconda install set, right? So I want to see both the files content. Okay, now where is the command you type? Yes, here is the one. So here there is no separation, it is going to show you this is the first file. Okay, and where actually it ended, not sure any mark is there, no such mark is there. I think this is the part actually the second file has got started. Yes. Okay, so let us say for example initial setup is there. So I am okay, one file is there. I will just try to see the content of initial setup ks.cfg. So here it is there, this is the content of the file. Okay, now this is initial setup files content, and earlier one is anaconda's content. So both will be different, definitely different, but it looks something alike. Okay, so once you start creating your own files, then you will find the difference, perfect difference. As you have, I did not teach you how to create a file. I'm not showing, I'm not working on those files. Okay, so anyways, the next command is how to create a file, then you can easily understand what is the content. Now see here, two files, how to display the content of two files. One is this command is useful for until only one argument. See, I said this is command and the other one is argument. If at all any options are there, anyways, options are optional. Okay, the word itself says optional, right? So hyphen or hyphen is there, those are called the options. So currently these are not there. So cat space anaconda case.cfg is one of the files. Okay, so I am trying to see the content of that one. I can see with the help of this cat command. Now if I want to see two files, yes, I can provide another file. If I want to see 100 files content at a time, yes, I can see 100 files time at a time, 100 files content at a time. Okay, so Do you think is it possible to see all the files content in Windows at a time in a single output screen? I don't think. You need to use multiple wizards or multiple windows. Multiple notepads are required. Sometimes actually notepad, I think if you open one file, yeah, okay, there are features. Multiple notepads can also be opened, no issues. Okay, but here on a single window or single console you can see multiple files content, right? So now, okay, so to create a file or overwrite, now actually if you want to create a file or overwrite the content to a file if file already exists. Okay, Venki is asking what is the command to see 10 files without using, one second, without using file names. Means you want to see the content of 10 files but you don't want to mention the file names, right? Is that the question you are asking, Venki? You can speak out if you want to give. Okay. See, just think that when you are operating on an operating system, okay, you are talking with the person. You can think like that. Okay. So if you are asking the same question to me, or if someone asks the same question to you, okay, show me the content of 10 files. Then the next question comes as which files? So you need to provide. You have to provide. Another person will ask, show me the content of 10 files. Which files? You must be knowing. There are lakhs of files. So out of that you are asking only 10 files content. So if the person human requires some input, then computer also requires some input. You have to think in the both manner. So without giving the file names, you cannot see the content. Is that okay, Venki? Just think that but two persons are talking, okay, so that what inputs are, we saved all files in one folder. Okay, so okay, so you do, okay, but there is another shortcut to give the file names. Okay, I thought you want only the cat. Okay, no issues. We are having a wildcard condition is there, cat space star like that. Okay, let me check it out whether it works or not. Okay, so let me create these files so that I will show you how to see the content of. I will answer you this question. Let me create two files like this. Okay, I will answer within 5 minutes. I will answer the question. Okay, so to create a file or override the content, see if the file is not existing, then you can you can be creating using cat space greater than the file name. If the file is already existing, then already if at all any content is existing in that, then that content will be overwritten. Okay, so here what I am doing is cat space greater than test file. Now test file is already existing. Is that existing? No, let me enter, or you can press control C kills the process. Okay, already this point we have seen yesterday only. So here test file is already exists. Now if you want to see the content of test file, cat space test file is the command. Now if you see there is no content inside this file. Okay, now what I will do is I will try to test file, cat space greater than space test file. Okay, it is better to pronounce like that only, cat space greater than space test file in the beginning of your career. If you say cat greater than test file or cat test file, then as you speak so you write. Okay, so how practicing, how you are speaking the similar manner you will write on the key, write on the monitor. That is the reason I ask you to say, instead of boot, say slash boot slash root slash usr like that. Okay, and don't say something like slash user slash usr slash usr. Practice like that, you will write the same thing. Okay, cat greater than test file. Now it asks for input. Okay, this is, now you can provide, this is the first file of the Linux course, and if you want to enter second line, okay, uh, this file is created by Shashi. Okay, now I have created two lines in this. I have added two lines in this test file. Now once after that content is completed, press enter and control D. Okay, now control D saves the content that you have written in the there on the screen onto the test file water that you have provided. Now cat space if you want to see whether the content has been created or not. Now you can check it out, cat space test file. Now click. Now you have got the two lines, that is, this is the first line, first file of the Linux course. This file is created by Shashitos. These are the two lines that you have created. Now let me create one more. Okay, let us consider the file is not there, test file is not there, only test file is there, test file 2 is there. So I am directly creating. These are the two files that I have created with touch command yesterday or one today also. Now I am not at all creating a file with touch command, but still I can create directly. As it is not existing, it I can create. If it is existing, the content will be inside it overwritten. Inside will be overwritten. Now the file name is test file 3. Okay, this, okay, let us consider this is the second line of the file, something like that. Okay, now press enter, Control D to save the file. Now test file 3. Okay, now press enter. So here you will find the file name is test file 3. This is the second line of the file. Now let me clear this screen once again. So if you want to, so this is the content, one is this one and another one is 3, this one. Okay, and now if I want to see both the files content, test file 3. Okay, now here see 4 lines are displayed. Okay, so 4 lines, 2 lines here, 2 lines of the first file, 2 lines of the second file. Yeah, Venki, you can happily speak out.
Hi.
Yeah.
So all these test files are executable files.
No.
So what it's going to help for us? What test file what it does?
This
Normally in Windows we use Notepad like
normal text
command
file.
Notepad, right?
See, these files are only normal text files you are going to create. Though they might
Okay,
not have
for
extensions like .txt or something .doc, all those things. Uh, what happened to this? They are only normal text files. Like you can understand something like the files openable by Notepad. You can open these files
yeah,
inside a Notepad in the Windows, or even in the Windows Word also you can open these files. If you can, or if you transfer these files onto the Windows machine, you can open directly with those Windows Word and Windows Notepad also, not an issue. But these files you did
these
not
are
put extension.
just normal Word files, right?
Yeah, you can understand normal text documents, normal text files.
Oh,
Okay, you are not going to
oh,
contain any images sort of thing or nothing like that. You are going to contain basic text files. Okay, you can open it them using the notepad text or even this what do you say, word. Now in the case of Linux, if you want to see the content, yes, there is command like cat. Okay, you can see, or if you want to edit, all such things will be there. For another command is there that we will sooner if possible tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will discuss that point. Okay.
and it is totally textured file. We can't put
Yes,
more than that, like
yes,
images or
yes,
any graphic stuff
just
like that,
text.
right?
And you can make these files as executables.
Yeah.
You can make these files as executables, but you need to provide some executable permissions further. So how to provide permissions, all those things in the permissions class within 2 to 3 days we will discuss. Basic file
Okay.
permissions. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, fine. So here I am having test file and test file 3, right? Now I want to see the files, all the files at a time. Now starting with test file. Now what happened? Cat test files. Okay, Naveen, it is asking not only basic text files, can we write doc image? That's what I am saying. Not possible. Images we cannot do that one. Okay. These are the basic text files. We are having some other related packages and all those graphics sort of things are there. Okay, this is a command line interface, right? So you cannot display JPG images sort of thing or video playing things. Okay, so but yeah, you can have the files and all those things. You can compose everything. You can, if you are the programmers or developers that are working over this Linux operating systems are enough talented that they can generate the code related to the graphics or video sort of thing in text files, then yeah, that's okay. But usually for them they are not going to do that. They will be using some other files like JSP and some other development related files will be there. JSP, CSS, all those files. And yes, but those files, yes, you can write here. In a text mode format, you can write here, no problem. All files, whatever that are there. Yes, if you want to write .jsp, .html, .txt, .doc, all those files you can write. Here, I did not put extension. If you want to put extension, okay, let me create one file like cat index.html. Okay, now I can put here. Now, if at all you have come through your, what do you say? Um if in BTech or somewhere, if you find some HTML coding language, so something like this will be there. HTML head title, okay, test page, okay, and coming here. Don't worry if at all you are not aware. This is not a big deal, and I am going to put it in a bold case, okay. Test web page, like that you can consider, and I am closing this, and I am closing this body, and the last line is /html. Now after this I wrote 4 lines. Now just try to press Ctrl D. I have saved this. Now try to search index.html. Okay, now I have kept some extension to this. Now try to open this one. Where you will open, where you can open this one in a Firefox. Now where this file is saved, now check it out, pwd. So inside /root, if you type, yes, let me check it out. Inside /root, type ls, you find this index.html, and the content inside this index.html is this one. Now let me try to open this file in Firefox. Where to do, okay, this home is there. Now is index.html. Yes, this is the one. Now double click on that. Let it open in some Firefox. Yeah, it is getting open in the Firefox. Now let us, okay. So you did not get any file content. It is something like it got been executed, something executed in the sense it got been displaying the content. How actually in a web page that HTML code will be transmitted into the web page. Okay, so similar the manner, if developers are good at writing bigger pages, okay, yes, they can write over this HTML, JSS, Java class files they can compile, and CSS, and if they want to integrate starts strings, okay, whatever that you want to do, yes, all those things can be done. Okay, so I thought I cleared that out. Here in the case of our first test files, I did not put any extension. If at all I want to put extension, yes, I can put the extension, and depending upon the extension, that file can be opened in the related default program or default software like Firefox or some other words or some other thing, if it can be opened. Okay, right, hope Venki's out, I think, or Navin's out. Okay, so I think, yeah, fine, thank you, Navin. Okay, so here I want to hit test file. I want to see the content of the test file and test file 3 at a time, but I just don't want to give the file names. So let me give something like file names means until test file actually I am giving. So how can I use the wildcards? There is a concept called as a wildcards, means I don't want to give the entire complete file name, because I may be having some test file 1 2 3 4 5 6, all those things until 100 files are there. I want to see the all the files content. Now if at all I want to see the content of all the files, then see here, all the files I cannot provide the name in the argument, right? Okay, one to test file 1, test file 2, test file until 100, it is not possible. Okay, it looks difficult, tedious, right? So for that purpose, what I am doing, I am going to just, what is the common string for all the files? Test file is the common string, test file 1 and test file 3, test file is the common thing. Now what I am going to do is the file name starting with test file, all the file names starting with test file. Now you can provide like this, cat space test file star, press enter. Now it will display this is the first file of the Linux course. Okay, this file, the file name is text file 3, this is of the second line, second. Okay, now what I will do is I will try to enter some data in test file 2 also. So currently data is not there, right? So what I will do is I will try to enter the, so this point you can note down parallel. This one is not there in PPT. Okay, wildcard currently this I just want to clarify Venki's doubt. So that is the reason I showed this point. Okay, now I just want to enter the data inside this. So this is the file, test file 2. Okay, this contains, let us say, 3 lines, and this one is the, okay, this one is the third line. Fine. So I am just pressing Ctrl D and check it out whether the data has come or not. Yes, the data has come. Now just I'm clearing all those things. Okay, now what I'm doing is I want to see the content of all the files starting with test file. Now press. Now until this part, this is first files, and these 3 lines belong to second file, and the last 2 files are of third file. Now what I want to do is I just want to only see the content of the first and third line, third file. So how can I see? 1 comma 3. Okay, just press enter. Oh, oh, sorry. Acha, acha. One is not there, right? Yes. Okay. So I just want to see the content of the only test file and test file 3. Okay, I don't want to see the content. Whenever I'm putting cat test file star, right, I am also seeing the content of second file also. Okay, second file also I am seeing, but I don't want to see the content of the second file. I want to see only the first file and third file. Then what is the common word for both of them? Yes, test file is the common word. And here after test file no content is there. Don't put any content. And third, the second file is after test file 3 is there. Yes, you have to put the 3 here. Now if I want to see the content of test file 2 and test file 3, 2 comma 3. Now test file won't come. Okay, so this is the how actually. Now what happens actually, exactly what is happening whenever you are providing this star or like this brace, inside brace you are providing the values. What is exactly happening means we have been talking about this prompt, right? We call this prompt as a shell prompt. Now this shell is responsible for expanding the command. See here, argument, what I have provided, I have provided a shortened argument, means only few letters I have provided, not the complete file name I did not provide. Only few letters I have provided. Now these few letters, but I have provided a wildcard. These star, okay, and one more wildcard will be there. Question mark, all these things will be there. So those are called the wildcards. So these wildcards, what exactly the meaning of the wildcards? So it will expand to, okay, now test file star means inside the test file star, test file will be coming, test file 2 will be coming, test file 3 will be coming, like that test file n number of files will be coming, test file 100 also, 1000 also, lakh also will be coming. Now one test file star word, the string test file star will be expanded to 1000 files, and all those 1000 files, on all those 1000 files the command will be executed. Okay, so this responsibility of expanding the command is of shells, whatever that we are talking about. Okay, so here now whenever shell sees, okay, test file, after test file, what are the characters that can be coming? Okay, 1 2 can be coming, 3 can be coming, 1 no must not come, 4 must not come, and empty must not be there. Okay, after test file either 2 has to come, 3 has to come. If at all such files are there, yes, go ahead and display the content of that one. Now let us consider this scenario. Now I am here providing that, okay, after test file 2 must not come, it must be empty, one option empty, and another one 3. Okay, yes, I can provide that. Okay, now you have provided that this one, only empty content must be there and 3 content must be there, 2 must not be there, like that. Now you want to provide something like now in this case test file is there, test file 2, test file 3 is there. Similarly until test file 10, test file 9 will be there. Okay, now what is happening if you want to provide the if you want to see the content of all those files, how you are going to see? Okay, for example, cat test file. Okay, inside that 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma like this until 9 you have to provide. Okay, but providing maybe 2 to 9, okay, it looks good because only few letters are there you can type. But if at all it is from 10 to 99, okay, then in that case you need to provide almost 90 nearly, right? So in that case you cannot provide all those 90 things, right? So what you can do is, for example, you want to see the content of all the files from naming from test file 2 to test file 9. So then in that case, after test file, for all these files from test file 2 to test file 9, how many letters will be there after test file 2, one letter, 3 one letter, 4 one letter, like that 9 until 9 one letter only will be there. So you want to see the content of all the files starting with the test file containing only one letter of the test file. So you can put for such cases cat space test file question mark. Okay, then it will show only the content of the files that start with test file, and after test file only one letter must be there. So here there are only two files in our case which contain test file. In the beginning of the file test file will be there, and after test file one letter is there. And in the case of just test file is there, very good, but after test file no content is there, no character is there. So that is the reason you cannot see the content of the test file. You can see only the content of test file 2 or 3. Okay. Yes, Venki, I will answer that one. Now, if at all you put, let us consider test file star, what happens? Now it is showing first file's content also. Now what is the difference between star and question mark? Star is any character, any number of characters. What is star? Star means any character and any number of characters. That means it after the string, the test file, that whatever that you are seeing after test file, you can find either zero number of characters, or one number of characters, two number of characters, 1,000 number of characters, or 10,000 number of characters. It can be any character, but any number of characters. So under test file star, okay, under test file star, I am typing here, you can find test file, okay, test file from where 1 to 9, okay, and you can understand like this, test file 1 to 9, okay. You can something like 1 to 9, I am writing like this is not a syntax, okay. Okay, and inside that again 10 to 99 and so on like this. Inside test file star you can find test file 1 to 9, test file 10 to 199, and 100 to 999 like this. But in the case of uh, test file, okay, test file question mark, you find only test file 1 to 9, because after test file only one letter must be there. Question mark means one letter, any number of letters, or you can, in fact you can also add something like A to Z, or capital A to capital Z. Okay, so here also, here in this case also, in the case of test file star, test file or test file A to Z, test file small a to Z, or test file at the rate, test files any character, but n number of any character, n number of characters in the case of star. But in the case of question mark, any character but only single character. Okay, only single character. But if you want two characters, okay, if you want, let us consider you want two characters, not limited files, Venki. You have to understand something like, if you want to display the content, or if you want to access the files starting with the word test file, but after test file only one character must be there. Here in the case of test file, let us consider there is a file. Okay, let us consider I have created test file. Let us consider 10 I have created. Okay, this is test file 10 controlled. Now how many files are there starting with test file? One is test file is there, test file 2 is there, test file 3 is there, test file 4 10 is there. So now if you are trying to cat test file star. Now what happens? And inside test file star, all the 4 files will be coming. Okay, now check it out. This is first file and this is second file. This part is second file and this part is of third file, and this is the new file that just I have created. This is here. Okay, sorry. Here it is displayed as part of the sequence 1, 2, 3 in a chronological order. It will display. Okay, so this is test file 10. Okay, here it is the content of the test file 10. It is displayed. Okay, right? So this is so actually now whenever you are providing test file star, it will provide the content of all the test files. Now if you are providing something like test file only question mark. Question mark means what? Any character, but only single character after test file. Now, in the case of test file and test file 10, there are two characters. Here, test file, no characters are there. Test file 10, two characters are there. But I want the files having only one character after test file. So, 2 is there, 3 is there. Now, it will provide only the content of 2 and 3. Okay, this is 2 lines for test file and these are the 3 lines for test file. Okay, now I want to display, I want to see the content of the files having 2 characters after the test file. Okay, then how can I access? Cat test file question mark and question mark, only 2 characters, not 1 character, not 0 characters, not 3 characters, must be 2 characters. Then in that case, cat test file question mark 2 question marks, then in that case it will display only the files having 2 characters after the string text file test file. Okay, so this is how you can use the wildcard characters, something like question mark, asterisk, and this have an elaborated usage during our classes. So see these wildcard characters, what I'm saying, that is star, question mark, all these things. So all these things are not only related to the cat command, you can use with ls also. Ls test file star, yes, it will work. Ls test file question mark, yes, it will work. Ls test file, okay, question mark, yes, it will work. So any command you can use, okay, not only for cat command, right? So any questions or any clarities? I think one question I missed. Naveen Reddy's, when we use test file, it shows all the files with the names of the test file. But if there are a lot of files and we want to choose some of the particular files, how can we? See, Naveen, if all those files are of different pattern, that is, there is no common string or there is no common letter sort of things, yes, you have to choose all those files. Okay, all those files in the sense, whatever the files that you want to choose, some of the files, yes, you have to choose. There is no other alternate way. But if at all there is a common pattern is there, then in that case you can use that common pattern, and you can use wildcards either before the string or after the string, in the middle of the string. You can put these wild characters after the string or middle of the string or before the string, wherever you want you can put them, and you can use the uh, wild characters like that. Okay, so hope I answered all your queries, Naveen and Venki. I think Venki responded. Naveen, is that okay for you? Naveen, if it is not okay, then raise the question, confirm something. Okay, that's okay. So this is how actually we are okay, Naveen, I mean after displaying we need to add. What? No, this can you speak out? No, what is your query? I did not understand. Can you speak out completely instead of writing? Naveen. Okay, fine. Right. This is cat test. No, we can't hear you. We could not hear you. Okay. Actually, it is not mandatory to display the files before writing. Okay, so if you want to add the content, you can add the content without displaying the files also. So I understood your question like that. If anyone understood differently other than Naveen also, they can also ask the question. I could not understand in detail this question. Okay, so I'm going ahead. So this is how actually we can create a file. Okay, now to append the content to an existing file. I said right just earlier to this, to create a file or overwrite the content to a file. See, if at all I want to add one more line to a file, already existing file with the content, so I want to add one more line. So in that case, if I use this cat space greater than, this greater than we call as a overriding operator. Okay, this overrides to the file that you are providing here. Okay, so if it all already existing content, some content is there, then in that case it will override the content already existing, and whatever the content that you are writing, that will be coming and sitting inside this file. Now but I don't want that one, I just want to add the new content, okay, to the file. So how we are going to add? So we call this one as a double greater than, that is appending operator. Okay, so we call this one as the appending operator. Now you can test that one once after you create. So let me create, open the screen, and I'm going to, sorry, okay, here let us example this test file 10 is there. So what I will do is I will try to add something content like this. So first of all, check the content, test file 10, this is test file 10. Now if I try to add some content, test file 10, now okay, this line overrides the already existing content. Okay, now press Ctrl D, now check it out, test file 10, this line overrides. Now the previous content was lost and the new content has come. So this is not our requirement. So be careful while redirecting or while writing. We also call these operators greater than, double greater than, all these things are redirecting operator, because whatever that you are typing in the on the screen using the keyboard, okay, so that content we call as a standard input. Okay, you are providing a standard input to a file. Okay, to this file actually you are giving input, and that input is getting redirected to the file, so that is the reason you are able to see the content inside the file. We call this, whatever that you are providing through keyboard, we call that one as a standard input. And what is standard output? Whenever I am running this cat command, right, so that the output of that command cat space test file 10, that is getting displayed on the monitor or the screen, so that is called the standard output. So here our terminal, whatever that is there, this one is also the standard output. Okay, so whatever, where actually you are providing the input, there is the standard input, where you are providing the output, seeing the output, that is called the standard output. Now what this redirection operator will do, or greater than or double greater than, what it will do, whatever the standard input is there, that standard input will be saved in the um, file that you are providing. Okay, now here what happened, whatever the content already present inside that file will be that, yeah, that content will be overwritten. Now I don't want that content to be overwritten, I just want to add the content. So that is the reason what I am doing is I am going to put double greater than. Now here, now I am adding second line to the file. Now enter Ctrl D. Now test what is the content of the file, cat test file. So the this line overrides file line is there, and the second line is also there. So this is how actually we are going to add the content to a file, right? So Bipin, I think he asked one query. Then what if we want to add a line or some content to a file in between? Very good. So for this purpose, cat is not the tool, and we are not going to add the content, okay, through using the cat command. So there is one more editor is required for that purpose. So there is a very powerful editor that is coming from Unix operating system. We call that editor as a VI editor. Okay, so that is a text mode editor. So we need a one particular one command complete hour class, okay, for that purpose. So in 1 or 2 days I will definitely plan for that. Okay, so as part of the syllabus only it is there, don't worry. Okay, so we are going to use that command or that particular editor for the adding files and editing files, and there are lot many command mode operations are there, so using that we can do that one. Okay, Vipin, that is what actually whatever the question you have asked is the disadvantage of the cat command. Okay, so yes. Now, this is how actually you can append the content. To copy the content of one file to another file. So, already one file content is there. Now, I want to add that content to another file. So, let us consider what I will do is test file 2 is there. Okay. So, in this test file 2, 3 lines are there. And remember the content file test file 2, 3 contains 3 lines and 1 is third line. Okay, right? Now, what I will do is this is test file 10, right? Now, I will redirect this test file 10 content to test file 2. Okay, now the operator I am using is just one greater than, so that means overwrites the already existing content. Now just press enter. Now check out whether the content has been overwritten. Yes, the old content is lost and the new content has come. Okay, in the same case if you want to go with cat test file 1, okay, this is the first line of the Linux, first file of the Linux code created by Sheshwar, nothing is there, right? Now in this case what happened, I want to add the test file 10 but I want to append the content instead of overwriting that one. So click enter. Now check it out, cat test file. So you will be having the old content, simultaneously new content is also added to that one. So this is how we are going to append the content, right? Now, so this is the command that just now we have seen to merge two files into a one single file. Okay, I want to add two files content I want to add into a third file. So let us consider how you want to do. So this is cat test file 2, cat test file 2, test file 3. I want to redirect to test file 4. So how I can do? Yes, cat test file 2 is there, and here cat test file 3 is there. So here the test file 2, this line overrides the already existing content. I'm adding second. So this is the content of second to test file 2, and this one is the third file's content. Now I am trying to add test file 3. Now redirect to test file 4. Right? Press enter. Now check the content cat test file 4. Now two files content will be added to this test file 4. Instead of greater than operator, if you put double greater than, yes, the content will be appended. So this is what, so you are having something like copying and appending. Two files can be merged into one single file. Okay. To display the file content along with the line numbers. Yeah, some more controls on the cat command. Okay. So currently you have seen the let us example. Okay, right. So here uh, ls command cat test file 4 is there. Okay, now I'm trying to provide this one, okay, test 4, but I don't see the line numbers. If you are having 4 lines, you can count the lines and work over that particular line of the file. But if you are having thousands of lines, if you, okay, a developer writes a program, some thousands of lines program will be there. So in that case, if you want to see the line number, then in that case you have to use the option like cat space hyphen n. So then it will display the line numbers 1 2 3 4 like this. Okay, so one of our friends has asked a doubt. What is that? Swinky, cat command is used only for the test files. No, it's not test files. Why? You can in fact use for productions also. Okay, we use in productions. Okay, but see, you are going to, I am just showing as a part of the demo, I am using only test word. You may be thinking like that, only test files. Okay, not like, you have to go with there is a production also. Okay, just now I have shown you index.html, one file is there. No, what is your query then? You are not cat command is not only for the testing files only, you're not going to, or doc files. You can, just now you have seen the HTML file also, right? HTML file will be actually used, it is not a doc file, it's not just doc file, it is actually HTML file. uh, okay, more than that, right? So you can in fact write CSS. Java programs also is there, you can write the Java programs, C programs, okay, all those things you can write. You are not going to put extensions, then it is normal text file. If you put, okay, some index.c, or if you may put some even number.c program, okay, you may to put rectangle.java, yes, you can write all those programs, okay. The extension you are putting, depending upon the what extension you are putting, .java, .c, .html, .h header file, okay, .css, cascaded style sheets, okay. So depending upon the extension, the property of the file changes, okay. So now here, in the case I did not put any extension, so that is the reason this is a normal text file, okay. Hope I cleared your doubt, Becky.
Yeah, well, I thought touch is to create test file, right? So cat command where we can edit all those kind of documents, test files or whatever. We use cat command.
No,
I thought
cat,
like that.
see once again, cat is not the command to edit the files. For editing the files, there is one more editor is there, VI editor. Cat is only to add the content,
That's
okay,
all.
to add the content to a file. That is the basic purpose of the cat command. You are not going to edit. If you tell already you have written some content into a file, you found some, instead of um, you want to put something like Venkat and you put Venki, something like that, or you may use something wrote wrong. If you want to edit, no, cat command is not at all useful for that. There is one more edit, but for the basic purpose, yes, cat command you can use. It is not only used in the testing environment or development environment, you can go with the production environment, and in fact we are using that one. There is no issue.
Oh, just a
Okay,
basic command, right?
sorry.
It's just a basic command.
Yes, basic commands. First of all, you
Yeah.
need to know the cat command, and later I can show you what are the disadvantages of cat, and then what, why we are learning the new. But still, though it has its own disadvantages, it has its own advantages, and we are using that cat command also. Okay,
All right.
you need to know the purpose, what exactly, why we are using all those. What is the functionality of the cat command? Okay, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So if at all you want to go with number, so this is how actually we can. Now there are few blank spaces, see here. To number only non-empty lines. See, sometimes you may be finding the empty lines in a file, leaving the empty. So let me create some file. Okay. So here I am trying to enter some data into, append some data into test4 file. Now here I am putting some blank files, and this is the line after the blank spaces. So now I have added some blank space into the file. Now if you check it out, let us see here what is the content of the test for. Okay, so after 4 lines some blank spaces are there. Now if you see -n, what is the purpose of this? So all the blank spaces are also numbered, right? Now if I keep one option like -b, okay, the only the line numbers that are having content, that is having content, only those line numbers are only printed. Now there is one more case. Let me write some more content into this. Okay, this file now contains spaces as file name, spaces as content. Control D. Okay, now in this case what happened, Control B if you provide. Now here, though it looks on a look, it looks as blank, but these lines are numbered. Okay, why actually? Because these lines are actually not empty, they are containing space characters. I have pressed space. If you see, observe, I have entered space into the character, into the lines. So even space is also considered as the character or content. Okay, so that is the reason it has shown you the numbers for the lines. Okay, yeah, to display the end of the characters in a file example. Yeah, this is one of the beautiful command, beautiful option for this. cat space -ne test file 4. Let us consider that is the case. See, cat space -ne test file 4. Now what happens in this case? For all these lines whatever that are there which has no content, for all these lines you find this is the end of the character. Dollar represent end of the character, end of the particular line. Okay, in a line the dollar symbol represents here. Don't think the dollar here, dollar at the shell prompt is different from dollar at the dollar inside a file. Okay, you need to switch from case to case. Okay, so here dollar, it represents the end of the line. Now for all the cases, for all the lines, dollar is after the content whatever in the line. Now here also, since there is no content for all these lines from 5 to 11, dollar is in the first character only, means first place itself dollar is showing. That means in these lines there is no content. But if you come for the 15th line, what happened here, some space is there. I have pressed some space bar by the time I entered some content here. So that is the reason it is showing space, and after that only space is also considered as the character, and after that only dollar is getting displayed in the case of 15 and 18 lines. Okay, so where actually these things are useful? Actually, even few months back also I was very much worried with, I was writing a script, but it is showing few issues. I could not understand what is the reason behind that issue. Too much time I spent on that. But what happened while writing that script, and after taking, when I asked to take some value into that variable inside the script. So when the value is being taken, I could not understand that the very value inside that variable is being taken with the spaces, which was actually not visible for me. Spaces usually cannot be visible for me, right? So those spaces actually they are creating the bad issue. So when I matched the strings, two strings I matched, since I could not see the spaces, I got some issue. Okay, that's not a some understandable thing that you require to understand now. So that was a very much real-time scenario where I required to implement that script, but I could not do that one effectively because I found I could not see the spaces openly, and which was actually a problem for me. Later I digged into the issue. Okay, I expected some spaces there, and I found this option and then implemented this dollar and all these things. Then I found, okay, some extra thing is coming here, that is a space. Okay, and there actually this has become very much useful for me, and it solved my issue. So there are some cases where you require this beautiful option. Okay, so don't think that some options may not be required. Fine. Naveen Reddy is asking some note. When we use -b, it does not mention the empty space between the lines, but the space must gonna be wasted or not. It does not mention the empty space between the lines. Oh, it has mentioned, right? Cat space -b test file 4. Empty space must be between the lines has been mentioned. Okay, here no content is there. In the 6th and 7th wherever they are mentioned, here only lines with only spaces are there. Only those lines are actually mentioned. Okay, these are the lines which are containing the spaces. Space bar I pressed here. Okay, I pressed the space bar here. Not even space bar is pressed. I just pressed enter enter enter, and I wrote in the this line. Okay, here I pressed space bar so that I created some space. Okay, so that is the difference between both. Okay, fine. Now this is one more command is that this is not the part of the cat command but related to cat command. uh, it's very interesting to display the file content in reverse order. See, the command is tag is actually reverse of cat. Okay, so it will show what, it will show the content of the, see, now let us consider I am having a file like test file. Okay, now it is showing from first file to fourth file. Now tag test file. Now the first last line comes to the first, and the content will be in the reverse dot. Okay, so this is one of the interesting commands. Wherever required we can use, especially in the case of scripts. Okay, right. So this is about the cat command. So If at all you are having any doubts, yes, you can pose the questions. Pick up with your answers, please. So Bipin, Madhu, Naveen, Srinivas, Sunil, Venkat, and Venki. What NE stands for? Okay, Venki is asking something like this. Let me. NE is an option. Okay, cat command, right? So man cat, you can go with -n. So n represents hyphen. It's a number all output lines. Okay, good. And E, one more option, right? Okay, so equivalent to VE. Okay, it is something saying like capital VE. Yeah, so shows ends display dollar at the end of the line. It will number simultaneously, it will display. Both options are there. Okay, one N and E is equivalent to capital E. So both numbering will be there, simultaneously E will be there. So that is the reason when you type -ne test 4 it is numbering simultaneously, dollar will be there. Let us see without E for end of the line. Okay, good, that's good. Okay, numbering is not there, only end of the line is there. If you press only n, then only numbering will be there, end of the line is not there. Hope I cleared your answer. Okay, Venki, right, thank you. And one more doubt from
One more thing.
yeah, Venki.
So use Control D for executing, right? And
Yeah,
other than that, using Enter.
no, to save the file, control D, that's all. That is a standard thing, there is no other alternate.
That's true. Okay.
Okay, enter is only if you want to add one empty line to a file, then you can press enter.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
one more doubt from Bipin. Bipin has asked, only cat is used to add content. No, VAater is there. I said right. You can do all the operations using VAater. Okay, through that also you can add. Right. Fine. So until now you have gone through creation or working on the files, right? So still we are having more commands on working on the files, but we will start working over directory. So how to create a directory? Whenever the requirement comes again, working on the files, yeah, related commands I will be showing you. Right, mkdir is a normal Windows DOS operating systems command. This was an old command, many of us already knew this. If at all we are not known about this, yes, it's a very simple command. mkdir is actually the short form of make directory, and it is used to create the directories on the file system. File system is nothing but the partitions, and what are the directories you see. The mkdir command can create one or more than one directories in a single shot, in fact. Okay, so how you are going to create, let us consider, let us see. Okay, so I am just writing here mkdir. Let us consider the sample directory command. Okay, so if at all you are running this simple mkdir space d1, it will be created in the present working directory. What is your present working directory? /root type ls. So if you see whatever the commands that we have learned yesterday, those commands actually frequently we are working out, right? Continuously pwd, ls, okay, and even touch also today we use. Okay, so all these are free. Similar the way from tomorrow onwards, cat, va, like this we will be using mkdir, all these things. So on continuous working, automatically, though you don't want the commands to come into your mind, automatically they will comment it in the. Okay, so you need not worry about that. Okay, Linux is command based, it is very difficult to remember all those commands and options. No, not required. Now one of our friends asked, what is the full form of NE? I need not remember all those things, just I typed the man command, I saw what is N, what is E, that is a combination of two options, and E is defined as the end of the file. That's all. You can also learn like that. Immediately we can answer, immediately we start work over that. Okay, if we start remembering all those things, what happen, uh, you sometimes it is not possible. We reach some threshold limit and we start forgetting it. That is not possible, in fact. And we must not be a Linux database, or we must not be database of the Linux commands. Okay, not required. Everything is provided there itself. Okay, so fine. So currently there is no directory like mkdir. D1. Okay, so try to paste the command that we have copied from the PPT, mkdir D1. So just press ls. Now, yeah, I have already said directories will be shown in the blue color and files will be shown in the black color. So that is the reason D1 is displayed in blue color. So what else are the commands are there? So you can multiple commands also, multiple directories also you can create. So d2, d3, d4, d5. So if you type ls d2, d3, d4, d5, these commands, these directories are also created. Now if you want to create, now where is that? Okay, so here you want to create a directory where actually currently whenever you are running mkdir command, what happens? So in this current location the directory is getting created. Now if you want to create some directory where, let us consider inside opt you want to create. Okay, so slash opt is there. Inside slash opt I want to create one directory called dir1. So you can create like this. Now if you want to see ls space slash opt, yes, whether the directory is been created or not, yes, it has been created dir1. Similar the case, if you want to create a file inside opt, for example sample file, okay, you can create, this is the file created in slash opt directory and press enter, control D. Now type ls. Okay, now if you want to see the content, slash opt test file, sorry, sample file. Okay, this is the file grade. So you have to provide the path. If you don't provide the path, it will take from the current working directory only. If you provide the complete path from slash, we're starting from slash, if you provide the path, it will be created there in that location. If you don't provide the complete path, if you don't provide the slash, it will take from the current working directory. Providing a path from slash is called the absolute path. If you don't provide the slash, it will be taken from the local directory or the current working directory. That path we call as the relative path. Still we have one more discussion, okay, related to that. I will explain then. So currently you have created the directories in the current working directory D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 and along with that OPD directory also. Now see, this is one more interesting command. I want to create like this command, something like 100 directories I want to create at the same time. Now how can I create? Inside slash mnt I want to create the directories. So I cannot put like mkdir d1, d2, d3 like that I cannot create. If I want to create, I need to create with some pattern. Okay, from d to d1 to d100, what is the common string? D, right? Use, I will put common d in common, 1 to 100 it will automatically vary. Okay, 1 dot dot 100 means 2 dots, only 2 dots. Dot 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 means 1 to 100. Now I am not executing this command, just check it out how actually, where actually I want to create inside mnt directory slash mnt. So currently mnt directory is empty. Now just type this command mkdir slash mnt slash d 1 dot 100, 1 dot dot 100, just press enter. Now check it out ls mnt slash mnt. Now 100 directories are created. Okay. Is this possible in this fraction of second in Windows? Is there any such no, not even Windows. No, you need not compare with Windows. Is this possible in graphical user interface? First of all, I don't think it is possible. Okay, only the command line interface. That is what the power of this command line interface. Okay, so reason of going to command line, even in the Windows, Microsoft persons also, they have invented a command line interface called as a PowerShell. Some persons of you might have known. Okay, so PowerShell is the one that is a command line interface for the Microsoft Windows. But the persons who are habituated to the graphical user interface are still using the graphical GUI only. They are not at all going towards the command line. But the comparable thing between the command line GUI, when you compare, CLI will be the most powerful thing, as you have just observed at the basic level itself when compared with the GUI. Okay, so this is how we can create multiple directories. Now you want to verify, you created few directories in local, you created few directories in OPT, you created few directories in MNT. Now what you want to see all the directories content at a time. Oh shit. Sorry. Okay, so I want to see all the contents all the directories content. So ls space dot, I said dot represents current working directory, dot dot represents previous working directory, or the sorry, parent directory. Okay, so ls space dot space and opt directories content I want to see, mnt's directory content I want to see. Just press enter. So dot, what is that dot content of the dot? That means current working directory. It is, this is the content, these are the directory, these are the content of the directory, and slash mnt's slash opts, these are the content of these three directories. You can see like that also. ls is having one more multiple directory listing facility, right? So right, so here one more advantage with the mkdir command is to create along with the parent directories if necessary. See what happens, sometimes you may want to create the directories, a path you want to create, entire path you want to create. So how, in which manner you want to create? Let us consider in whatever the, what is the current working directory, home directory of the root user, that is slash root, right? So you are in the directory, you want to create a directory 1, inside 1 2, inside 2 3, inside 3 4, inside 4 5, like that you want to create. Okay, if at all you want to create one or one to two to three levels of such directory creation, yes, it may be looking happy for creating such type of directory in the graphical user interface. But if at all you want to create something like throughout 100 directories like that, one inside two, inside three, inside four, inside five, inside six, inside seven, like that, you want to create 99 inside 100, like that, then how do you think the troublesome activity creating through graphical interface, right? So that is the reason we are having a beautiful option, though the directory is existing or not. If one is existing or not an issue. If you put the option called, that is -p, p represents the parent directory. Okay, create along with the parent directory. Now if you put the option -p, then if the parent directory exists, okay, fine, well and good, it will create the child directory. If the parent directory is not created, then it will create that parent directory, and inside that it will create the child directory or the subfolder. Okay, now try to create mkdir. Okay, and go to this, paste. Let me clear the screen using Control L. Now what happened? Now press enter. Yes, in the current working directory only directory 1 will be created. Then where are 2 3 4 5? Inside 1 2 will be there, inside 2 3 will be there, inside 3 4 will be there, inside 4 5 will be there. How to check all the things at a time? We learned one more option called ls space -r. Recursively I want to check the content inside the files or the directories. Now ls space -capital R 1. Now inside 1 2 is there, inside 1 slash 2 3 is there, inside 1 slash 2 slash 3 4 is there. See here slash is called the separator. Okay, it is a separator. What directory separator, not the file separator, you can say. In Windows the file separator is the backward slash. Okay, this is called the backward slash. Okay, this is backward slash. Okay, and this is forward slash. Okay, see control C I am pressing means, that means it is not getting executed. Okay, okay, don't worry about this error. Control C is not properly pressed. Okay, okay, so control C means I am not executing that one. Okay, so fine. So here Linux separator is forward slash, Windows separator is backward slash. Okay, so here inside 1 2 is created, inside 2 3 is created, inside 3 4 is created, inside 4 5 is created, and inside 5 nothing it got created. So that is the reason it's left empty. Okay, so right, so to view the creation of directories while they are getting created. Okay, so if when you see directory, you saw and you have created the directory, and later that you have created you have seen the content of the directory, but you want to see simultaneously, you want to see back what is background actually happening, background what sort of directories are getting created. So for that purpose you need one more option along with the p option, that is v option. V represents verbose. So here I can write one option, V means verbose. Verbose means background process. Okay, displays background process. Sorry. Okay, displays background process, right? So V means verbose, displays background process. Background process means backend some creation of the directory is happening. Which directory is getting created? Okay, that directory will be displayed here. So let us check it out whether how it is getting created. So here I am creating A inside A, B inside C, D inside D, inside E. So let me check it out. Paste this one here and press enter. So created directory A. Okay, first it created A. Later inside A, B created. Inside that C created, D created, E created. So if at all any error comes, that error will be thrown. Now using this option, P option, V option, now you can understand, okay, at which point which error has come. Okay, now if it are something like permission denied sort of errors will become. Yes, in this place you can see that error. Now if you see that error, what happens, then you can understand and you can resolve the issue. So verbose is a very powerful option. From now onwards, whenever you used to commonly use this verbose option very frequently. Okay, so just remember this verbose option, V option, right? Now similar the way how you have seen for similar the way you can see for A. Okay, so the same output that way you will see, right? Okay. So navigation among directories. So are you okay with this mkdir or you are having any queries regarding this? Okay. Only Bipin is okay. Rest of other things okay. Venki is okay. Fine. Good. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Right. Now navigation among directories. Navigation means moving one place to other place. So here the command that is used for the navigation among the directories is cd command. So earlier to know about that cd command and earlier to the navigation concepts, we need to know one concept like absolute path versus relative path. Okay. Sorry. An absolute path or full path points to the same location in a file system regardless of the current working directory. To do that, it must include the root directory. Root directory means slash directory, top level directory. Okay. See here, if at all I want to, let us consider I have a file like httpd.conf and I am currently inside, for example, slash etc directory. I am currently, my current working directory is slash etc. Now, if at all I am talking about the httpd.conf, I can say about httpd.conf in two ways. I can access that httpd.conf in two ways. How? One is starting from slash. That means, though I am inside slash etc directory, if at all I want to mention the path of that httpd.conf file, I can start from slash. Slash means top level directory, first directory of the Linux operating system. From that slash directory, I can mention what? Slash. Inside that slash etc is there. Inside that etc httpd is there. Inside that httpd conf is there. Inside that conf httpd.conf is there. So the path starting from slash, we call that one as the absolute path. Okay. Now, currently I said I am in etc directory slash etc directory, right? Now, from this directory, from this etc directory, how can I go to http.conf file? Okay, already I am in etc directory, right? So, now I can go to http directory. Now, again from http.conf to http.conf file. Now, reaching the file, you can reach in two ways. One, directly blindly starting from slash directory to the edge of the file, that is http.conf file, video file. Now, the other way is relative to the current directory. How? See, relative means what? Establishing some relation. Relation between whom? The what is the file that you want to access or what is the directory you want to access? Here the file is http.conf. That one you want to access. Relating to the current working directory, that is slash etc. How the http conf file is there? How is it related? Okay. Now slash etc. How is it related? Okay, inside the current working directory, one directory will be there, HTTPD. Inside the HTTPD, another directory conf is there. Inside the conf, one HTTPD. So relating to the conf directory, relating to the current directory, httpd.conf is you having the path as httpd/conf/httpd.conf. If your present working directory is /etc directory. So there must be one relation. Relative path means relation must be there between two components must be there. One is current working directory and the destination file or the directory. Okay, so two things must be there. In the case of absolute path, what happens? No two components, only one comment, that is http.conf starting from the root directory, that is standard. Okay, so this is absolute path and this is relative path. Okay, so you can navigate using two paths, either of the paths you can navigate. Okay, either using relative path or absolute path. Okay, now command series, right? So here have you got the concept of absolute path and relative path? Because we are going to use like anything in the case of our Linux operating system, you both the line relative path and absolute path. Hope you are clear with these points. Confirm once. Naveen, Srinivas, Sunil. Okay, okay, good. See, if the path is starting from top level directory, okay, path means what? The entire, yeah Madhu, I'm repeating. So if the path is starting from top level directory, what is our top level directory? Slash directory, or we call that one as a root directory. If that path is starting from slash directory, then the entire path to the file, that is slash, inside that etc, inside that httpd, inside that conf, inside that httpd.com, this is the path. Okay, this is the path. We call this path as the absolute path because this path started from slash directory, means top level directory. But in the case of relative path, what happens? Relative path, it is the path established in relation with the current working directory. So here let us consider my present working directory is /etc. Okay, my present working directory is /etc. In relation with /etc, what is the path to httpd.conf? You need not give the entire path. If you want to give, yes, you can give. But if you want to access this http.conf, you can access either this channel, either using this path you can access, or you can also access this file. Okay, in what manner? Since you are already inside this etc, you are already inside this etc. Now you can write the rest of the path, that is httpd conf httpd.conf. For example, you are not in etc, you are somewhere in optr/root, then you have to provide entire path. You have to provide the entire path /etc/httpd/conf/httpd. But if at all you are already inside /etc, then you need not provide the entire path. You can provide httpd conf httpd.conf. This part is enough. The first part is not required. This only httpd conf httpd.conf is enough. Okay, so this path is relative to this path /etc, because this path works only if you are inside /etc. If you are not in /etc, then you have to provide the entire path. Okay, if you are inside /etc, this is enough. Entire path is not required. You can provide entire path though you are in /etc, but not required. Okay, so this path is called the absolute path and this path is called the relative path. Absolute path starts from slash, whereas in the case of relative path it did not start from slash. Okay, it is relative with the /etc directory. This is, for example, you have to implement for everything. See, one more example I can give you. Let us consider. Okay, see here we are having the directories like okay, now just now we have seen one, right? So what happened? To display the content of one, you have provided ls space 1. Okay, so ls space 1, why you have provided ls space 1? Because 1 is existing in the current working directory. That is PWD. If you type current working directory slash root, so inside slash root one is there and you are also inside slash root only. So if you provide ls1, that will be enough, because one will be searched inside the current working directory and one is there. Inside one, whatever the directories are there, whatever the content is there, that will be shown. But if at all, let us consider you are in some other directory, okay, then you may have to give slash root slash one, because one is actually existing in slash root, so root is existing in slash. So if you provide something like ls slash root slash one, and if you provide that command, then also you will see the same content. There is no difference. This path, this style of providing the path is called absolute path. This path is called a relative path, because you started this path with top level directory, that is slash directory, whereas here you started only with, you did not start with top level directory, because this one is present inside the current working directory. That is enough for in this case, okay. But you have created OPT. Inside OPT you have created dir1. Now, okay, if at all I give something like dir1, what it will say? No such file or directory, because this dir1 is not present inside slash root. dir1 will be checked inside slash root. Is the directory there? Not there. So it will throw an error like no such file or directory. So for this purpose, mandatorily you have to use one directory called ls space slash opt slash dir1. Means you need to start, okay, you need to start from slash directory, that is top level directory. Okay, inside dir1 we have not at all created any files, that is the reason it did not display any content. It's not an issue, okay. But if at all you search that only dir1, it will search in the slash root directory, present working directory, and since the directory is not there, it will throw an error. But for providing, for seeing the content of the dir1 that is present in that slash opt, you need to provide slash from slash directory as you are in the slash root directory. Okay, hope I cleared your doubts. I think Venki and Madhu, Naveen asked, right? Okay, Naveen and Madhu. Okay, fine, thank you. So keep on practicing, you will understand this concept, not an issue. It's not a big concept. Okay. So in Linux, cd command is one of the most important and most widely used commands for newbies as well as system administrators also. So for admins on a headless server, cd is the only way to navigate to a directory, to check log, execute a program, application scripted for every other task. So only cd command is there for navigation. There is no other command. Okay, so to navigate using the absolute path, so just now we have seen absolute path and relative path concept. So already one is there, right? Okay, so where are you currently? PWD slash root ls, inside ls one is there, or you may want to sometimes go using the relative path. See, you can directly go into 1/2. Okay, if you are providing this path, or let me consider, since you are already inside slash root, you can provide 1/root. So providing the path like 1/root is called the relative path. But if you want to provide absolute path, you have to provide from top level directory, that is slash, inside the slash root, inside that root 1, inside that 1, inside that 2 is there. So if you provide that one, now you will change the directory, and now see here, this will show the last directory. What is the directory? Current working directory is 2, that it will show. But what is the full path of this directory? If you want to see, if you type the pwd command, it will show the full path. Okay, here it will show only the last directory. Out of this slash root 1 div, only the last one it will be showing. The previous part it will not show. For knowing the previous part, you need to go with the what you say, pwd command. Now currently, yeah, okay, PWD executed. To navigate using the relative path. Now see, you are already inside where 2. Now inside 2, 3 is there. Now try to go into the 3 directory. Now if you want to go into 3 directory, yes, you are having one more option like 2 and 3. Like this you can go. But I want to use only this much big path, not required, right? I am already inside 2. If I provide only just 3, then I can go inside that 3 directly. I need not provide the entire full path. So I can provide something like cd space 3. So type the pwd command. So you can be seeing the full path. Okay, to navigate one level back. Yes, one level back means that is parent directory. If you want to go back to a parent directory using the relative path. Okay, so here you want to go to the relative parent directory. So means what is the parent directory for 3? 2 is the parent directory. So if you want to go to the parent directory, yes, like this you can go. That is into 2 directory you can go /root 1 also you can go. But I just don't want to go using absolute path. I want to go relative to the current working directory. What is current working directory? 3. I want to go one level back. This is 2. This is relative to the current working. If you are in 4, then what is the one level back or parent directory? 3. If you are in /root, what is the one level back? That is slash. If you are in 3, what is the one level back? 2. Okay, so just press to cd dot dot and press pwd. You'll find that you have come to one level back. Okay, now you are in 2. I want to go 3 levels back. Okay, I want to go 3 levels back. Means dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. 2 levels means dot dot slash dot dot. 4 levels means dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot. Dot dot means parent directory. Okay, so now here if you put 1 dot dot, you will go to 1. If you put 2 dot dots, you will go to root. If you put 3 dot dots, then you will go to slash. So now press enter pwd. You are currently inside slash directory. Okay, so this is how you are going using the parent directories. Going 3 levels back, right? To navigate to say OPT directory. Okay, now how to navigate? Yes, you want to go to /opt directory. Now cd space /opt is the directory. Now press pwd, enter. Now you are currently in the /opt. Now you want to go to the previous working directory. What is previous working directory? From which directory you have come to /opt directory? That is from slash directory you have come to /opt directory. Okay. Now if you want to go back to slash, that is previous working directory. This opt is present working directory. You want to go to previous working directory, that is slash. Then you can type slash, not an issue. But there is one more command, cd space hyphen. Now just press enter. Now you can directly go to the slash directory. Okay. Why you can directly type slash, right? What is the issue? Yes, if slash is one letter, hyphen is also one letter. Instead of slash, you can, instead of hyphen you can type slash. That's not an issue. But let us consider you have a bigger path. So you want to go to that path as it is a previous working directory. Then in that case, every time you want to go to that path, if you want to switch from this path to that path, this path to that path, you cannot shift using the entire path. You just use minus or hyphen, then automatically you can go. Now, if you type again hyphen, you will come back to opt. Again hyphen, you come back to slash. If you want to switch between two directories, cd space hyphen is the very powerful option. Okay. Now, you are currently inside slash directory. Now from here you want to go to your home directory. What is home directory? Who is the user logged in here? Root user. What is the root user's home directory? /root. Okay, so you are having two options to go to the home directory. Okay, to navigate to the logged in user's home directory from the current working directory. One is cd, just cd if you type you will be going, or cd space tilde symbol. So you will find this tilde symbol below the escape character, right? Escape key of the keyboard. So if you type this one, yes, you can go to the home directory. So let us try the same. Now what I am doing is I am just typing cd. Now if you type, I came to the /root, that is my home directory. Okay, and so these are the different options for working out on the cd command. So any queries on this cd command? Okay, fine. Thank you, Naveen. And for others? Okay, good, fine. Now, file viewing commands means already you know. Okay, Srinivas is asking what is the difference between file and directory. Okay, so if you are habituated to Windows operating system, you know the text documents, right? Some notepad you will create, document files or PDF files. So all those files, all those things you call as a files. And folders you create, that folder we call as a directory. On the first day itself I said this definition. Whatever the documents you call in the Windows, those are called the files. And what are the folders that you call in Windows, that is called as the directories. And files contain some written content inside that one, whereas directories contain the content as files and also subfolders or subdirectories. Okay, files contain some writing content inside that one, whereas directories contain some files and subfolders or subdirectories inside that directory. So that is called the directory, files and directories. Okay, fine. Okay, so the head command, what is this head command? Head itself says the one which is in the top, right? The head command is a file viewing command. It is by default prints the first 10 lines of a file. So example, head anaconda ks.cfg. Okay, so if at all you want to see the 20 lines, then head space hyphen 20 lines. By default it will show only the 10 lines. So if at all you want to see 20 lines, yes, you can go with this one, 20. So let me show you. So I am having a file. Okay, so how many lines I am having in this? 65 lines I am having. Okay, just now we have seen this command cat space hyphen n, right? Total 65 lines I am having. So I want to see only the first 10 lines. So by default head will show only the first 10 lines. So just press enter. Now it will show only the first 10 lines. Okay, now yeah, right. There is one more style of executing this command. Okay, cat space anaconda case.cfg. First of all, it will take all the 65 lines and pipe head means it is going to send the standard output. See, what is the standard output? All the 65 lines, whatever the 65 lines are there, all those lines will be displayed here as a standard output. I said this is a screen that you are called as the standard output. Now you can, this standard output will be sent as the input for the head command. Okay, now the entire 55 lines will be sent as the input to the head command. Now what is the responsibility of the head command? It will display only the first 10 lines. Now if you see the command like this, cat space hyphen n, press enter. Okay, so cat space hyphen n anaconda, what it will display? All the 65 lines it will display. Now space pipe space one more command you are giving, that is head. Now whatever the 65 lines are there, all those 65 lines will be, we call them as a standard output. That standard output will be sent to head command as a standard input. Okay, now when it will be sent when you use this pipe symbol. Okay, now head command, what it will do? It will try to take that input, and what head has to do? Head will display only the first 10 lines. Okay, now it is going to display only the first 10 lines. If you want to confirm, here I produced the number using the hyphen n option for the cat command. So this is a different style, right? Now if you want, yes, now what actually head will do? Head will display the first 10 lines. Now if you want to display 20 lines, now headspace hyphen 20. Now it will display hyphen, sorry, it will display first 20 lines. Now if you want to use the cat and pipe, then type 20. Now you can confirm whether the 20 lines are displayed or not. Okay, you need not specifically count that one. Cat space hyphen n anaconda case, what it will show? It will show all the 65 lines, and from that 65 lines, if you send that 65 lines to head command using the pipe symbol, and you are asking that head command to only display 20 lines, Now it will display only the 25 lines out of the 65 lines that has come to the head command. Okay, right. Now another way to display required number of lines is, yes, this is one more way. Okay, just now we have seen getting displayed, yes, head space hyphen 20 anaconda case. Now you want to display the same 20 lines in another manner, something like this. Hyphen n is also there one option. So hyphen n, it will display 20 lines. Okay, another option is there. Okay, when you are using this hyphen n option, what it will show, we are having different features. To print the file content except the last, say 20 lines. If you want to print the entire file except the last 20 files, so head space hyphen n 20, it will display first 20 lines. Now head space hyphen n hyphen 20, it will display all the lines except the last 20 lines. Okay, last 20 lines it will not display. So for that you need to provide one more hyphen or minus before the 20. Okay, same command, but just an hyphen before this. Okay, now the same command, what you have to do is for calculation whether the output is correct or not, what you will do is, yes, we will use the cat combination. Now hyphen n, just if you provide 20, now it is showing 20 lines. Now if you say something like hyphen n hyphen 20, how many lines it is showing? 45, because total lines are 65. 65 minus 20 you are doing, so 65 minus 20, 45 lines are supposed to be displayed here. So that is how you can, right? So this is the command you need to use. So this is for making you confirm that, okay, whether the output is properly getting printed or not. So that is the reason I used this pipe symbol, so that you can, two commands, actually multiple commands I am using here in the same command line. So one command's output is sent as the input for other command. So here file name is not required. Actually in the case of head command, whenever you are using, file name is required, right? But here file name itself is a standard input, but in the case of combination of cat and head, the output of cat command becomes the input for the head command. That is a standard input for the head command. Okay, right. Now to print first 10 bytes of the file, bytes means one character, one byte you can consider in a file. Okay, so if you want to print first 10 bytes, now what is the option that you need to execute? Head space hyphen c 10 anaconda. Okay, first 10 bytes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, first 10 bytes you can see. If you want to see first 10 bytes, then you can use the option hyphen c, right? So this is about the head command. Okay, so anyone is having any doubts regarding this head command? Quick answers please. I will complete one more command. No, good, thank you. First 10 bytes Srinivas. Bytes means one character is called as byte. See, first 10 lines means head, or first 20 lines means first hyphen 20 you are using, right? Or hyphen n hyphen 20 or hyphen n 20 you are using. In the case of first 10 bytes, bytes means each byte one character. Okay, one character you can consider. So hyphen c 10 you are using means print, you are asking the output to be first 10 characters, display first 10 characters. Okay, right. Now similar the case like head, tail is also there. Tail means the edge part, head means top part. Okay, now you have worked over the top part, now you are working over the bottom part. That is similar to the head command. Tail is also a file viewing command only, but tail command by default displays the last 10 lines of the file. With more than one file, it precedes each set of output with a header giving the file name. To print the last 10 lines of a file, okay, so how you are going to use that one? Let us check it out. So here you used head command for displaying first 10 lines, right? Now you can go with the last 10 lines. Now, how to confirm whether these are the first 10 lines or last 10 lines or middle 10 lines or whether actually 10 lines or not? Okay, all these things again you can go with the numbering format. Okay, cat space -n anaconda is there. Now use with pipe, use with pipe and combination with tail command. Now you will see. Okay, what are the last 10 lines? 56 to 65 are the 10 lines that are getting displayed. Now if you want to see the 20 lines, last 20 lines 46 to 65. Okay, so these are the commands that you can use multiple commands, or else if you want to go with using only 20 commands, using only tail command, I want to go with last 20 lines. So you can directly use the file name as a standard input. Okay, if you don't want the file name as a standard input, you want the standard output of other command to be the standard input of tail command, yes, you can go with this one. You can write like this. Okay, so this is how actually we can use the tail command. And one more option is there, I think, for this tail command. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, similar to the case of uh, characters, number of characters in the case of head. So you can go with -c10, last 10 characters will be displayed. Okay, so it contains 10 characters. Okay, if you go with 5 characters, you can easily understand. Let us consider 5. Okay, percentile END. Oh my goodness, it has only 4 characters. Don't worry, one more enter key will be there in the edge of the end of the file. One more enter key will be there. That is also considered as a character, or dollar prompt will be there, right? That is also considered as a character. So along with the totally 5 characters are there. Okay, right? So in the case of head, you won't find the dollar prompt. Sorry, yeah, yeah. In the case of head, what happens? You won't find. I said end of the line dollar will be there. Sorry, confused, dollar prompt I'm saying. In the end of the line, dollar symbol will be there, right? Okay, so let us consider. Uh, okay, right? See, now this dollar, whatever this dollar is there, right? Percentile end dollar. This dollar is also considered as a character. Okay, now if you run this tail -c5 anaconda, now percentile END along with this dollar is there, but dollar is currently invisible. Now let us consider, I will try to use both of these things. Yes. Okay, so sorry, this is actually we are using as a standard output, right? So this will not display the proper output. So the correct one is percentile NEND, and you have to think that one more dollar symbol, it will not be displayed. It will not be displayed. It is invisible character, right? Okay, I tried whether it will be displayed or not, or else I will do one thing. I will remove this here. I will check it out. Okay, this is also not displaying. Okay, fine. Okay, some again one more extra character will be added for this. So the right command is, you have to understand, this is the right command. I tried whether to for showing you, but unfortunately that is not displaying. Okay, so one more dollar symbol will be there. That is also considered as the character. Other than that, 4 characters are displayed. Okay, so Srinivas, for this, by this example, you should have got the clearance that characters will be the bytes that you are going to get displayed. Okay, yeah, good, thanks. And one more option is there. The tail command has beautiful feature of monitoring the output of a file for updates. Yes, this is what exactly administrator has to keep in mind. Sorry. Okay, so here let us consider one file is there. Okay, test file 4 is there. Okay, here test file 4, what is the content? Okay, this file now contains spaces as content. Okay, so this is what the last line actually, this can. Now what I am doing is, one option is there, test file 4. Okay, now it will, first of all, tail, being a tail command, it will display last 10 lines only. Okay, then what F will do is, F will try to frequently the logs, whatever the, sorry, the content whatever that is getting entered into this test file 4, that will get displayed parallel here. Now currently you saw this line as the last line. Now what I am doing is, I am trying to open new terminal, one more terminal, and here just I will show you cat append some data, test file 4, enter. Okay, this this is the line added by enabling tail hyphen f, enter. So have you seen here, whenever I press enter here, automatically that line has come. Okay, so if I add some content, hi, hello, okay, so bye, something, okay, whatever that content I add here, automatically that is getting displayed here. So this will be very much useful for you, okay, while you are observing the continuous logs of the application server or database server. Frequently we used to use this one, okay, in the production environments, continuously, almost per day, more than 10 times the monitoring administrators, they will use to go through this command. Okay, so going through the next command. Okay, so this is what the tail hyphen f, right? So command nl is there. So how many slides are there for this? Okay, no issues. I will stop at this point. This is also, I think we have already reached 9 o'clock, or yeah. Okay, so this about this nl command we will start tomorrow, right? So until this we will complete, we will stop here tail command. So if you are having any queries or suggestions, please mail, chat or contact me at my mail id and mobile provided on your screen. Okay, so we discussed a few commands like from starting from cat, mkdir, head, tail. Only 4 commands. Only 4 commands I think today we discussed. Okay, nice, no problem. So probably tomorrow we start with VA editor. Okay, so VA editor is a very powerful editor. Don't miss the class, be prompt to the class. Okay, I'm very much happy actually you people are coming perfectly by 7 o'clock, and I'm very much encouraged in fact to teach more points. Okay, I'm not even feeling bad also, even actually the topics are going slow also. Okay, and be prepared, continuous practice is more important. And uh, what do you say, please keep in mind on the next Monday we are going to have a small test sort of thing, and you are going to establish a private chat with me, so that you need to provide your answers and the feedback will be going to USR. Okay, so depending upon that, just prepare continuously. Okay, and if at all everyone confirmed that you people got all the PPTs and related videos got shared. So if at all anyone is facing any problem, yes, you can send me a mail so that I will check out the issue. And regarding the queries, if at all you are having, you can mail and chat. Okay, fine. So how are you feeling, Bipin, Madhu, Naveen, Srinivas, Venkat and Venki? So are you fine with the class, or you're feeling very...
It's good.
It's good. Okay, fine. Thank you. So fine, fine, fine. Yeah, thanks. So I'm actually, Venki requires a small explanation related to tail command. If anyone wants to stay, you can. Otherwise, you can leave. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm going back to tail command once again. Okay, this is head command, right? Okay, so similar to the head command, actually head command you understood. As I said earlier, can you go little slow? Okay, you want me to slow go. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Sorry. So head command is there. Head command will, okay, you are having multiple number of lines in file, right? So out of those lines, you want only the first 10 lines to be displayed. In that case, you are using the head command. The basic purpose of the tail command is, instead of displaying the head command 10 lines, top 10 lines are like head command, you have to display last 10 lines. Okay, so how you can display that one? So what is the file you are having here? Anaconda. Let us consider. So last 10 lines is tail anaconda ks.ch. So these are the last 10 lines of the file. What are the first 10 lines of the file? These are the first 10 lines of the file. These are the last 10 lines of the file. Okay. Tail displays the last 10 lines of the file. Now by default tail space file name gives the 10 lines. Okay, but if you want some 20 lines, okay, if you want 20 lines, now it will display the last 20 lines of the file. Okay, now if you want last 5 characters of the file, okay, now it will display the last 5 characters. Here 4 characters are actually visible for you and one more character will be there after D, that is dollar character, that is invisible character. Okay, already we have gone through one option for cat hyphen E option is there. Okay, so there you have already seen the dollar character. So just assume that the dollar character is the one which is the 5th character. So you are getting shown with last 5 characters of this file. Okay, and what else is there? What are the other options? You want to choose middle lines. How can I? Very good. So see, this is what actually Naveen is asking, that he wants to get the middle 10 lines. Which 10 lines? First of all, you need to plan which 10 lines. Okay. See, for example, out of 65 lines, I want, yes, very good, that option, 30 to 40. Let me show you the logic. This is the logics you need to generate. First of all, try to generate first 40 lines. Okay, head displays what? First 40 lines. Sorry. Okay, now first 40 lines are there. Now 30 to 40, what is the range? 11. Okay, you want 30th line, along with that 31 to 40, so total 11, right? So now out of this output, send this output for tail. Send this output for tail. Okay, now these are the last 30 to 40 lines of the file. Now if you want to check it out whether these are the 30 to 40 lines, then you can confirm with hyphen n anaconda, yes, multiple pipes. So first send all the 65 lines. Until here 65 lines will be sent, will be displayed. Those 65 lines you send to head, and inside head what happens? First 40 lines will be displayed, and after that what happens? Last 11 lines. So in 40 lines, what are the last 11 lines? 30 to 40. Okay, just press enter. Now 30 to 40. Okay, got it, Naveen? So few commands will be this is what, see, I don't say I won't support, but few logics also you need to develop. This is also what you need to learn, and these are the things actually innovatively you have to complete. Okay, fine. So are there any doubts? Actually, who asked me that? About Venkat itself asked, right? So this
Yeah.
is what
Uh,
about the tail command, right? So hope you are
uh,
clear with the doubts. If you are still having, Venkat, is it clear?
yeah, it
Yeah, fine, thank you. So currently I'm closing the
and
session. Yeah.
you said that it's very useful for monitoring purpose, right? I mean, for the tail command.
Oh, F option, right? F
Yeah,
option.
I want actually I want
This one.
explanation about that particular not full tail command.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay,
for
only
that only
two point you
that
want.
particular
Oh,
one.
sorry, I
Yeah.
forgot. Okay, okay, no issues. Okay, see what happened in the real time. You are going to work as a web administrator. Let us consider or application administrator. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what happened? You are going to get hit. Let us consider Google site is there. You are going to continuously get hits, right? Hits means people accessing that website. Okay, now you want to see who are going to access that, any errors are coming, any bounces are going on, any failures are coming, so you want to continuously monitor that one. So where you will
Mm-hmm.
monitor, usually you will be having the continuous monitoring in the log files. Log files means what? Log files means where actually if any hit comes, yes, okay, so and so user so and so hit on so and so page from so and so IP. Okay, like this type of information will be coming as a coming and getting saved in a file. But continuously they are getting saved. Continuously the file will be adding with a continuous content. Now, if you want to continuously see the content, you cannot multiple times you cannot run. Okay, what is the new content? What is the new content? You cannot write the cat command. Cat space. If you are giving a log file continuously, you cannot multiple times. You keep on typing that cat command. It is not a smart work. Okay, so for that
Okay.
purpose, what you are saying, if any content is added, definitely it will be added to the last part of the bottom of the file only, right? So for that process, what you are going to do is you are going to see the tail command. Along with the tail command, you are going to provide one option like normal tail command. For example, you are working on test file 4, okay, or test file 1. Okay, let's consider test file. Oh, sorry. Okay, so if you are just typing tail command, what happened? It is going to show 4 lines and again command prompt has come. If any new content is added, it will not show. Again you have to type tail command or cat command, only it will show. But continuously you want to monitor that one. Whenever a new content comes. Now it is not showing any command prompt here because it is thinking that if at all new content comes, then that content it wants to show to you. Now if you add a new content, let us consider test file. Okay, here what I am doing, okay, now I am adding new content to this file. Okay, now I just press enter, automatically it comes and say here. That means whenever a new content comes to the file, automatically it will display here. You need not type again the tail command or the cat command. Okay, if at all you keep on typing tail or cat command, that is not a smart work. That becomes a hard work, right? Now, one time you type that command, automatically that is showing. And if you press, if you keep on typing, and it will continuously, it will show the data. Now, here I type one more line. One more new line has come. Okay, now I will close this file. Now this line has. Okay, now that's all. Now I'm now in this case here on this terminal I am going to save the file, and here in this case I am Control C. It will kill the process. Okay, so this is how actually you are going to use the frequently usable log files. Generally we are going to use that in the case of log files because continuously the data will be coming and saving into that file, and you can monitor the exceptions, errors, okay, and you can monitor any new access also, right?
Yeah,
Venkat?
got it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, thanks for explaining once again.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so by this point, I'm closing the session. So, good night for all of you.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.